Hi everyone, my name is Rilzy, also known as Dahlia, and today I am going to be doing a reading vlog. It has been so long since I feel like I've filmed a reading vlog, and I feel like I'm just going to be very rusty when it comes to me just filming again. But I definitely had a much needed break, and so I am happy to be back. For this reading vlog, I am hoping to try holiday romances. I've never really been interested in them before, but I figured I don't want to knock it before I try it, and so I'm going to try it in this vlog. And I have a few books that I want to try in order to see if I like them or not. So the first one is a book by A.E. Valdez. It's No King Catches His Snowflake. I don't know much about it. I think the girl is getting over an ex or something, or has a toxic ex, which I think is the same as the other book that I was going to read by her, which I think is All I've Ever Wanted or something. But I could be completely wrong. They could be completely different, but I heard really great things about this author, so I figured I would try this one. The next one that I have is by Rilzy Adams, and that is The 12 Dates for Christmas, or 12 Dates of Christmas, I should say. And I mean, Rilzy Adams is an author that a lot of people like, and I have started something by her before, but it was starting to be a little emotional for me, which I feel like I really enjoyed that, but it was dealing with dark topics when it came to the passing of somebody's spouse and just those type of things. And so I was just let me put this down for now, but I am planning to get back to that one. But this one, I think it's going to be a fun Christmas read, maybe. I think this guy is going to do 12 dates in order to get this girl back, and I feel like that's just going to sound super fun, and so I'm excited to read that one. And then I found something on Instagram. It is a novella, and it is Back to Us by Chassilyn. And this is literally less than 100 pages. And so I'm not sure what this is going to be. I feel like it's going to be a second chance romance, maybe. So we will see. I think I'm actually going to start with that one because it is the shortest one. And I just want to pick up something just to see how I feel about it. And so I am going to pick up that one. I also need to find an audiobook, which I feel like I found one by Beverly Jenkins, but it's number 11 in the series. And I also think it's more of the contemporary side of her works instead of the romance side. And so yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up that one or find a different one. But I just wanted to do a quick intro because I do want to get to reading. It's just been a very long day, and so I just want to relax and read the Christmas romance books and probably a few other books because I am finding some that I like. But tomorrow I will be decorating for Christmas because I haven't done that yet. But I'm going to put up my tree and just the few decorations that I do have, and meal prep, of course. But I'm excited to kick off this holiday vlog. So I hope you enjoy it, but I'm going to get to reading now.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. feast we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a happy new year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy new year.
So I am very low energy right now, but I did want to come on here and update because I finished the first book for this vlog like a few days ago. I literally finished it in like the same day because it was only like what, 90 pages or something. And I have mixed thoughts on it. Like I feel like it was fine, but I feel like the narration kind of got on my nerves just because I feel like it was doing like a lot of like telling, and I didn't really like the love interest, even though like it was her husband. But I just couldn't get over the fact that like he was going through like a hard time, but he was taking it out on her. And I feel like they didn't really like get through anything. Like they didn't really talk it through. It was really like her leaving him that really made the situation resolve itself. And I just kind of wanted to see that on page, but that didn't happen. So I mean, it was fine, just not what I wanted, I guess. But yeah, it was fine. I started 12 dates of the 12 dates of Christmas, I think, and this one is going okay. This is a friends to lovers, I think, and I don't know, I like Rilzy Adams' words, like her writing, I mean, but like I don't know, I'm not really the biggest fan of friends to lovers, and right now like they pretty much like split apart just because they like had sex with each other, and I'm not the biggest fan of like that kind of storyline. But yeah, and plus like the main character, well, two main characters, but the female main character, she literally like just dropped off the face of the earth when like they were together or whatever. And I was just not a big fan of that either. And so then even when like his parent died, like she didn't really reach out either, and didn't even like stay to like help like comfort him, which, not to say that she needed to do that, like you shouldn't put that burden on anybody, but like I don't know, I just felt weird about like just the entire situation, especially knowing that the reason why they're like apart now is because of the fact that they had sex, or at least that's what it seems like the problem is. But we will see. I'm still gonna continue it because I'm not hating it, but yeah, not really starting off to the best just because it's not my type of thing. But yeah, it's fine. Again, not really sure if I'm a fan of holiday romances right now, but again, I think this book, it's just the tropes, and the last book, I think I just didn't get what I wanted. So yeah, but I'm gonna go cook dinner and hopefully relax for the rest of the night by reading this book, but I will check in later. I just got done filming a few videos because I haven't filmed a video in a long time, and if I don't film those videos, then like the first video back that I have will be this holiday romance reading vlog, and that won't be out until like the day before Christmas. So I was like, let me just film like a few videos of like my anticipated releases, and which one did I film? Oh, the books that I want to read in 2024. And so I'm here to give a quick update. I still have not finished the 12 Days of Christmas. I'm like 20 something% into it, and I feel like this is going to be like another average read for me. Like it's not bad per se. Like I like it more than I liked whatever the other book that I read was. What was it? No, I cannot remember that name, but I'm just having memory problems today because it's just one of those dreary days. But yeah, I'm still reading the 12 Days of Christmas, and I don't know, I feel like I'm having trouble with like the continuation part of it, like just how we're getting from one place to like the next, because right now I feel like the characters just aren't that strong for me yet. The main character, is it Zaya or Z or something like that? She's just a very inconsistent person, and I feel like that's supposed to be like her characterization, But, like, she was just talking about how, like, she's not going to, like, call or, like, delve back into, like, this relationship with Rashad, or I'm pretty sure that's his name. But, like, just basically, like, I don't know. They have, like, this whole, like, history thing that, like I was saying in the last clip, I don't really understand, like, why it happened in the first place. She doesn't really, like, say why she did it or why she doesn't, but, like, she just feels like comfortable with the fact that it happened, I guess, that she just kind of called it off. But it's not really, like, they're not speaking about it, like, to each other. Like, he thinks that it's because they, like, started having sex with each other. I don't remember, like, her saying anything about, like, why she did it, but just that she did do it. And I'm just like, I wish, like, you would explain, like, why you did it, because right now I'm, like, not a fan of her. But like I said, like, it's fine. They just had, like, their first sex scene. And yeah, it was fine. Like, I don't know. It's not really, like, calling to me. Like, I'm not hating it, but, like, it's just not having me, like, connected with their romance. And this is a short novella, and so I feel like, I don't know, I'm just not the biggest fan. And so I'm hoping that I can still find an audiobook. Like, I found a few, but one of them, Mistletoe and Juneau, by Dahlia Rose, I believe that's what the author is. Like, that one, it is more of, like, a small town Christmas romance, I think. And I'm not really called to small town romances. So I'm just like, I don't really want to, like, pick that one up and just get another average read. And then I was going to do, was it Brenda Jackson's, like, One Christmas Wish? But that one is also another small town romance, and that's, like, number 5 in the series. And that one, I believe you could probably read, like, in whatever order, but, like, I'm just not called to read a small town romance right now. Like, I don't know what I want from a Christmas romance. That's what I'm, like, really playing with right now. Like, the one that I read by Charmian, or the first one that I read, I guess, that one did give me Christmas vibes. Like, she went on a Christmas vacation and all of that, but I just wasn't a fan of the character. But this 12 Days of Christmas, it doesn't even feel like Christmas. It just feels like a regular contemporary romance. And so I'm just like, what am I supposed to be getting out of all of these? Like, I'm not sure. There's another one by Rilzy that I want to try. Like, this one is Spiked Hot Chocolate, which I heard about from Heather from HEA BookTube. And that one, I feel like people have been saying that it's more, like, Christmassy and just, like, very holiday-ish. Like, it has, like, almost all the holiday vibes. And so I might try that one. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to get. Like, it's not really putting me in the holiday mood, and I'm not sure if they're supposed to. I don't know. We'll see how, like, this goes. I don't want to blame it on the books per se, because, like, I just feel like this Christmas just doesn't feel like a very holiday-ish to me. Like, I don't know. Maybe because I'm a full-time, like, worker now, and, like, now, like, I don't get, like, a full-time break. Like, I pretty much get 2 days off, because, you know, all of that. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel in, like, the holiday mood, and I thought that these books would, like, help with that maybe a little bit, but not really. Like, I don't know. I'm having high hopes for the A.E. Valdez book, just because I feel like, I don't know, something about it calls to me more than, like, the other 2 books have. And so, yeah, I also feel like A.E. Valdez does more character work stuff than the other 2 books that I read, just based off of what I've heard from, like, Rilzy, and I've never heard of the other author. But like, I feel like those books are more based on, like, the steaminess aspect of it, or just, like, the spice levels, and that's mainly what I hear about Rilzy doing really well. But A.E. Valdez, I feel like her characters are, like, on emotional journeys, not emotional journeys, but, like, I feel like they do a little bit more character work, because, like, the women are trying to deal with, like, something, and so I feel like it's going to be a little bit more character work, which is going to make me enjoy it more. But I don't know. I might also pick up Mistlefoe, because a lot of people really like that one as well, and that one seems to be more holiday-ish. And so, Yeah, I'm just all over the place with this update. I just wanted to say that I'm not really that impressed with the holiday romances, but like I'm also like still open to just finding ones that vibe with me more. But yeah, I'm not writing them off completely yet, but I'm also not like a big fan so far. But let me go do some meal prep. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, and I need to do that. I also I don't know, I just kind of want to relax because it's a cold, dreary day, and I don't know, I'm gonna try to finish the Rilzy Adam books today, and yeah, I will check in later. The holidays are definitely not feeling like the holidays. Like, I don't know what it is. I stayed home from work today because I have a little bit of a cough and my coworker had COVID, so I'm really hoping that that's not what's making me feel like super tired and stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and update really quick because I finished the 12 Dates of Christmas, and I feel like my initial thoughts were correct with like how I felt like I was gonna deal with this book. The main character, Z, she just continued to annoy me throughout the entire story. I think I said this in the last one, but like she just keeps like pushing Rashad away, and it just became like super annoying. And it was just like her being like protective over herself and just creating scenarios in her head without actually talking to him about it, which is like the whole reason why they didn't talk for 6 years. And I just sorry, I just was not that interested in like her. Like the dates were cute, but like she just kept ruining it for me. And Rashad, like, I don't know, like he was a character, but again, like I think he just fell into that really just wanting to please the main character, Z, like trap that a lot of male main characters do in romance novels. And so yeah, it was fine. I liked it better than the first one I read, the novella Back to Us or something like that. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna rate that one like 3.25 stars or maybe 3.5. I don't know. I wasn't like obsessed with it, but I think that it was okay for what it was. The spicy scenes were great. But yeah, that was my thoughts on that one. And so now I'm trying to decide if I want to pick up the Toni Shiloh book I did. I think it's You Make It Feel Like Christmas, or if I want to do the A.E. Valdez one. Since I'm home from work, I could probably do both, but like I literally have just been unintentionally taking naps, and I don't really take naps, but I'm really just trying to rest. So I'm trying to think about which one I think would be better for me. Like I feel like these holiday romances, they are kind of giving me the same vibes, which I guess is a good thing, but like I feel like the premise of the ones that I'm picking up are very similar. So like both of the ones I picked up so far, they have had like relationships that they are trying to like mend or fix. But then I don't know, I feel like You Make It Feel Like Christmas is also kind of like a small town romance sort of type of thing, so I feel like it's gonna give me different vibes. But then also I feel like there's gonna be elements from the other books too, because even the A.E. Valdez one, I think there's like a whole like ex situation and she's trying to heal, and then I guess No King or whoever the guy is in A.E. Valdez's book, I think he's the one that's supposed to like help her heal from that or something. Like I don't know, but like also both of those other books had healing elements too, like the Back to Us and the 12 Days of Christmas. So I'm kind of leaning away from that one just because like I don't want to go into the same book, but I'm also not sure if You Make It Feel Like Christmas is going to be very similar to that as well. I don't really remember the synopsis right now. I don't know which one I'm going to pick up. I do want to finish at least one more book for this vlog, and hopefully have it posted before Christmas Eve. But hopefully, if I'm feeling up to it, I can make some homemade chocolate chip cookies that are keto, because I got some almond flour and some chocolate chips. Probably not the best thing to have when you're trying to get better from whatever I have, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what we'll see what I end up doing or reading and stuff. I've also been watching a lot of Christmas romances, just Christmas movies. I've always been into Christmas movies, like children's Christmas movies, and honestly maybe it's just nostalgia for me because I always watch like the Polar Express, and I like the Netflix one, Claus. I really like that one as well. But Christmas romance movies have never really been my thing. Like, they're kind of cheesy, which I think maybe I'm just thinking of like the Hallmark ones, but like that's not a bad thing. Like, it's just short Christmas romance films, so like I don't know, but they just never really called to me, especially because of the diversity issues that are usually present in Christmas romances and the colorism and all of that. So I've never really been called to Christmas romances in terms of movies. So I'm hoping that at least one other book will help me get back into the mood, because I don't know, this year has just been very lackluster in terms of Christmas cheer, just because of everything going on. And by everything going on, I mean like everything in like the Congo, Sudan, Palestine, even like just in my personal life. Like, I just feel like everything is just not that holiday cheerish. Like, there's like elements that I'm like super grateful for, but like I don't know, it's just not really feeling like a Christmas. I'm gonna go. I need to do a few like things that well, I need to eat lunch because I haven't eaten lunch actually, but I'm also thinking maybe I should wait till dinner, but I don't really want to. I don't know. I'm gonna go do something, and then hopefully I get to start whatever next book I'm going to do. Finished my last book, and that is You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Toni Shiloh. I think out of all of the books that I read, this book felt more like Christmas. I feel like the 12 Dates of Christmas didn't really give me the Christmas vibes. And then Back to Us, while it had like the chapter titles that had the play on like Christmas things, like He's a Mean One, like the Grinch one or whatever, I feel like it still didn't really give me the Christmas vibe, just because I don't know, like there wasn't really much like Christmas activity. I feel like, even though like she was on this like resort and like skiing and stuff. Like, it didn't really have like Christmas things. But with this one, I feel like it did, because they went to like a whole like zoo lights kind of thing, and they did like multiple like Christmas activities. They had like family together, and the guy Waylon, he actually owns a Christmas store selling like ornaments all year and all of that. So I feel like this one definitely gave me more of the Christmas vibes and put me a little bit more into the mood of Christmas, which is great because it's actually Christmas Eve right now, and so I'm hoping to get this video posted on Christmas, even though it was supposed to be posted on Christmas Eve, but you know, whatever. So yeah, this one definitely gave me the Christmas vibes. I will also say that I feel like this one actually might be my favorite out of the 3 that I read. And I say that lightly because even though this one I enjoyed a lot more, I feel like I didn't love it as much as I probably could have. And before I even started this book, I feel like I was joining a live spread. I feel like it was Books of Brandy Shanae or Bree from Bree Cherie Reads. And somebody in the comments said that this book was like very like religious, a lot of like God talk and all of that. And this author is a Christian fiction writer, and I feel like in the beginning it wasn't as heavy-handed as I was made out to be, but then slowly it definitely starts to come like a lot more. And I don't really know how I feel about Christian fiction books. The only other one that I've tried was it was something about the tokens or something. I'll put a picture on the screen somewhere, but it was like this middle grade book, and that one was also Christian fiction. And I feel like the thing with Christian fiction that I'm just starting to notice, I'm not gonna say it's like a trend or a pattern, but like what I'm starting to notice is that it almost feels very like thrown into the story. Like, it doesn't really feel like the characters themselves are very Christian or really like into their faith. And me as like a person that's more like spiritual and just trying to figure out like where I even land on the spectrum, like, I don't know, like, I'm not as opposed to it as like some other people would be, but I'm also like, in terms of a craft level, like, I feel like a lot of the times that they throw in like the religious things, it feels very random. In the beginning of this book, there was like just like a few lines where it'd be like, Lord, like help me with this, or Lord, like whatever, and it would just like be very like sporadic, and it would just be like the characters like inner thoughts, but they would always be italicized, even though like some other thoughts that they would have wouldn't be italicized, and so it would just be like pointing it out to that. And then as you kept going in this book, like it felt like those italicized portions kept getting more frequent and more, not more longer, but I guess longer themselves. And I'm trying to find an example of like when this happened. Oh my gosh, because yeah, I guess I almost just the end, because that's where it was really happening. And I also feel like it was happening more so when the characters were like trying to come up with a decision. And I know those in like with like Christian backgrounds or even just like religious backgrounds, like they really turn to a God or Jesus or something when they are trying to make a decision that they are trying to like think about or whatever. I don't know, there's something weighing heavy on them. They usually turn to God for that. But I think my problem with it was yeah, it just felt very sporadic, like not sporadic, but just very random when it came. And so where is it? I feel like I keep passing them. Okay, so here's like one like little example. It's not like the longest example, but like it was like, okay, for once Waylon wished he weren't tied down to the shop. He'd like nothing more than to go over to the Lewis home and talk to Star. He grimaced. Could he even tell her what Ashton said? Lord, I'm a little lost here. Help. His cell rang, alerting him to a FaceTime request. And so I'm just like, I don't know. And plus, like, most of the time, like, those italicized portions, like, you know, like, they're talking to God because they always started with, like, Lord. Like, never like God, never like Jesus or anything. Like, it's always Lord. Like, I don't know. And so then it definitely got a little more like heavy-handed with like it just became like a lot more longer prayers. And so yeah, here's another example. She's like, why did she want to return to New York when she'd been happier here than she'd ever been? Lord, what do I do? A week ago, I would have jumped at the opportunity. Yet after dating Waylon and daydreaming about this multi-million-dollar deal question, definitely read that wrong, but you get the gist. I'm wishing for things I don't have. What's the right decision here? David and David expected a response to their offer letter the day after Christmas. And I'm just like, I don't know. I think because it just felt so random, and even though like I know it's inherent into like what the characters are, I don't know that like it was put together seamlessly like it could have been. But I also feel like that's just like part of this author's like work too, because I also feel like the dialogue felt very not unnatural, but it just wasn't all the way there. There was like something missing in this book that was just like the characters, they felt very surface level to me. And granted, it's a novella, so I'm just like, okay, but like I don't know, their chemistry, while they had a lot of chemistry, I feel like I never really got to the point where like I was shipping them together. Like they are cute and I get like their goals and their dreams and like the dynamics and stuff that they have within the family, but I feel like it never really got to the point where I was just like, oh yeah, I really want you guys to be together. And I don't know why that was. I think the thing that really got me to really want to finish the book though was not even the relationship, which maybe makes me think that I didn't like it as much as I did, but like I really like family drama, and this one has the setup where the main character Star, her sister is marrying her ex-boyfriend, and she's just kind of like upset about it. Not because she wants the guy, but because like it's her sister and she's just kind of like a selfish person. And so I really like the complicated family dynamics that were in this one. Although I will say that this one just felt very, I don't know, like their dynamic, it felt very wrapped up quickly too. Like they had like a little argument and then they kind of like made up, which I'm just like, okay, like sister relationships are just very like, I don't know how to describe a sister relationship, but it was just very quick to me, and I just feel like it honestly didn't even really need to be in the story because I don't feel like it really added anything to the story. Plus she lost her job, and I feel like while that was like on her mind, like pressing, like it was pressing on her mind and stuff, like I feel like a lot of the stuff didn't really have much depth to it. Like there's not really much depth to the story. I think that since it's a Christmas novella, like it wasn't really trying to be like have much depth, but then I'm also like, why would you have so much stuff happening in this woman's life and there's not really much depth to it? Because even the main character Waylon, like he had lost his mother, and while that is like on his mind, like I feel like there's nearly nothing that really came of it. I mean, like it did, but like because he's owning like the Christmas shop by his mother and like all of that. Excuse me. But like there's not much depth to it. Like I don't know, a lot of these threads, like they were just kind of surface level for me. And so I'm rambling because like I don't really know how I want to rate this book, but I'm just like, I just have a lot of thoughts about it. And even though like I'm saying like a lot of the problems I had with it, like I do think that I like this one a little bit more than I like the other ones. I think that Rosie Adams' book didn't give me the Christmas vibes like pretty much at all. Like yeah, it didn't really give me the Christmas vibes at all. But I will say that like I feel like I liked her writing a little bit more, but I also just didn't like that main character Kia, I want to say her name was. Like she just ruined the book for me. And yeah, and Back to Us, I feel like the male main character, whatever her husband's name was, he ruined the book for me because he was just being an asshole, and then he just kind of like made up without any like inner work, I guess, that we saw on page. So I guess I enjoyed this book a lot more than I enjoyed the other ones, but I feel like I would still give it maybe a 3.5 star, maybe a 4. But 4 feels too high for like the problems that I had with this book. And so yeah, I think that will be the end of this vlog. I was supposed to be filming like the ornament decorating that I did last night with my family. They came over, we watched the Polar Express, which I already watched, but I don't mind watching it again because it's one of my favorite ones. And yeah, we were supposed to do that, drink some hot chocolate. I made some like vegan cookies that were actually pretty good, which I was really surprised. But I think next time I'll probably use milk chocolate chips instead of dark chocolate chips, just because I don't know, the dark chocolate in the cookies tasted a little weird. And so yeah, I made cookies, did the ornament decorating, even though I didn't really paint because I was catching up with the kids. They are just very everywhere these days because now they can walk and they can semi-talk a little bit. Like, I mean, they can talk, but they don't say any words that I can really understand. And so, yeah, it was just a very busy night last night. And so I was just not having the opportunity to film. Plus, I don't really like putting my niece and nephew on camera or even like family members unless they like specifically said that they are comfortable with it. And so yeah, I didn't really get any filming and I just wanted to enjoy the time with my family. And so yeah, that will be the end of this vlog. I was thinking I would do through the end of today, but honestly, I feel like I'm all Christmas out. Like I just want to like spend time with my family and not worried about like getting content. So I'm going to end this vlog here. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and comment something, I don't know, what's a Christmas book that you really enjoyed, because I'm definitely open to trying more holiday romances. But yeah, I guess that will be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.